The year is 480 BC. The vast Persian Empire, under the command of Xerxes I, invaded Greece, with its sights set on domination. After the heroic but ultimately unsuccessful defense at Thermopylae, the Greek land forces faced a dire situation. Their only remaining hope lay in their fleet, anchored near the island of Salamis, off the coast of Athens. This narrow strait would become the scene of one of the most important naval engagements in history. The sheer size of the Persian army forced the abandonment of Athens. The city was now occupied and in flames. The Greek fleet, composed mainly of Athenian triremes, had retreated to Salamis. Within the Greek ranks, disagreement was simmering. Some commanders favored a retreat to the Isthmus of Corinth to defend the Peloponnese. However, Themistocles, the Athenian strategist, understood the strategic advantage of the confined waters of the Straits of Salamis. He argued persuasively that the smaller, more maneuverable ships of the Greeks stood a better chance against the larger, less agile Persian fleet in such close quarters. The Persian fleet was immense, numbering possibly hundreds of vessels drawn from across their vast empire, Phoenician, Egyptian, Cypriot, and others. Although numerous, many of these ships were heavier and less agile than the predominantly Athenian triremes. The Greek fleet, although significantly smaller, had the advantage of superior ship design for ramming tactics and a highly motivated and well-trained Athenian contingent. Estimates of the size of the Greek fleet vary, but it probably numbered around 300 ships, with the Athenians providing the majority. Themistocles, through a clever ruse, convinced Xerxes that the Greek fleet was demoralized and would attempt to flee. This prompted Xerxes to order his massive fleet into the Straits of Salamis to block their escape. As the Persians crowded into the narrow waterway, their numerical advantage became a disadvantage, their formations became disorganized, and their larger ships struggled to maneuver effectively. The waiting Greek fleet seized the opportunity. The battle was a chaotic melee. The Greeks, with their bronze-tipped rams, targeted the vulnerable hulls of the Persian ships. Their superior maneuverability allowed them to flank and attack with devastating effect. The confined space prevented the Persians from fully utilizing their numbers, and their ships collided with each other, adding to the confusion. The Athenian rowers, renowned for their skill and discipline, propelled their triremes with precision, delivering decisive blows. The cramped quarters negated the Persian advantage in archery and boarding tactics. The Greeks, fighting for their homes and way of life, demonstrated fierce determination. As Persian ships began to sink and their formations crumbled, panic spread through their ranks. Athenian tactics, honed by years of naval experience, proved extremely effective in this environment. The Battle of Salamis was a crushing defeat for the Persian navy. A significant portion of their fleet was destroyed or severely damaged. This naval catastrophe had profound consequences for Xerxes' land campaign. Without a reliable supply line by sea, his vast army could no longer be effectively supplied. Morale plummeted, and the threat of being cut off forced Xerxes to begin a retreat from Greece. The victory at Salamis was a pivotal moment in ancient history. It prevented the Persian conquest of Greece and allowed the development of Western civilization to continue unhindered. The strategic brilliance of Themistocles and the courage of the Greek fleet, particularly the Athenian navy, secured a victory against seemingly insurmountable odds, demonstrating the decisive impact of naval power and clever strategy. The waters of Salamis became a testament to the power of a smaller, well-organized force to overcome a larger, less adaptable adversary, forever altering the history of the ancient world.